Today we are here to discuss prose by Martin Luther King Jr. and title of the prose is I Have a Dream. Martin Luther King Jr. This one is the prose prescribed for our syllabus. Now we have to deal with this prose by Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King is one of the well-known personality from America. Martin Luther King, who was born in 1929 and died in 1968. Martin Luther King was an African American Baptist minister and a prominent civil rights activist. He played a major role in history, in particular towards the civil rights movements. He was determined to use the peaceful method of civil disobedience, propounded by Henry David Thoreau and preferred by Mahatma Gandhi. Through his activism and inspirational speeches, he played a pivotal role in ending the legal segregation of African American citizens in the United States, as well as creation of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. He received the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1964. Among several other honors, he was assassinated in April 1968, but continues to be remembered as one of the most influential and inspirational African American leaders. Here, this man is Afro-American leader. He worked throughout his life for civil rights, voting rights, and Negro slaves. The Negroes were slaves in America. So as to free them, this man worked hard in his very short lifespan, which is about 38 or 39 years. But this man was in a march for the civil rights, and as he was in march of the civil rights, this one is the speech he delivered in that march. His speech is nothing but Our prose, I have a dream. Our lesson, I have a dream. This Martin Luther King Jr., who was born in 1929 and died in 1968, worked very hard throughout his life for the welfare of the society, for the freedom movement of the Negroes from the slavery. He worked hard for the civil rights, voting rights, which he got, which Americans or the Negroes got in year 1963-1964. And for his outstanding work, for his outstanding work for the welfare of the society, he received Nobel Prize in 1964 for peace, because he was inspired by the thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi, where he adopted civil disobedience from Mahatma Gandhi, and also he was a well-known and influential personality, and this man is also considered or discussed as inspirational one in history of America. This man was assassinated in 1968, but his work for Negroes, his work for slaves, his work for the welfare of the society, his work for the American, his work for the African, his work for the Afro-American, and his work for the civil rights movement, his work in the voting rights movement, and to free these Negro slaves is the one of the important part of his life, where his life became influential and inspirational. See here, a short paragraph is there about this essay. The essay is a speech delivered by Martin Luther King Jr. to a large crowd on August 28, 1963, in Lincoln Memorial Park, Washington, D.C. This demonstration was organized to call attention to the wrong suffered by African Americans and to push for federal legislation to bring out change. Still regarded as one of the greatest and most memorable public speeches in history, it marked a definiting, sorry, it marked, yes, it, it marked a defining moment in the American civil rights movement. His speech was made on the occasion of 100 years of Lincoln Emancipation Proclamation, which set the Negro slaves free from their slavery in America. The proclamation means official announcement, has brought a great hope to millions of Negro slaves living in America. They hoped that there would be no more injustice based on the color of the skin, and they would not be captive as slaves anymore. See here, one of the another important point, that you work for against the racism. The racism was there in America, in Britain also, in that period where these blacks, I mean the Negroes, were considered as slaves, and those who are white considered as the owner of the slaves. They can order, they can have the slaves at their home for the work at home, at their farms, at their offices. Such type of the treatment was there where these human beings, though they though they are black, but should not be considered as slave, but with such a intention, these peoples were treated very badly, and this man, Martin Luther King Jr., had a movement against the government, the whites, where he wanted emancipation, means to free from the control, to free from the power, and proclamation is the official announcement that today onwards these Negroes will not be treated as slaves. The Negroes will be treated as a citizen of America, and they will get voting right and civil right also. Such type of the condition, such type of the situation was there in America, and this man, Martin Luther King, worked hard so as to free the Negroes from the racism. This man worked hard for the civil rights movement. This man worked hard for the voting right movement of the Negroes, where this speech as the lesson or the prose is nothing but a part of the speech which he delivered before a large crowd on August 20th, 1963 at the Lincoln Memorial Park at Washington, D.C. Here, his speech is nothing but the situation of America and a need of America. Need of America means we may say that it was a need of the society. Need of the society where everyone who is living in the society should be considered as equal. His struggle, his movement was nothing but for equality. His movement was nothing but for justice. It was against injustice. It was against government. It was against the policy. It was against the situation where the Negroes are treated as slaves, where Negroes do not have civil rights, they do not have voting rights, and they are suffering from racism. Such type of the situation and such type of the condition was there in America, and this man, Martin Luther King, struggled hard. He formed a movement and got his rights from government, where his persuasion, his hard work is nothing but result of civil rights, voting rights, and to free Negroes from slavery. And he also fought against the racism. With this, I conclude introductory part. Tomorrow or in the next lecture, we will continue I Have Dream by Martin Luther King. Okay, thank you. Good day.